friends, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar, and welcome to my channel for this timeless pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at your next success in career. So wherever you're at in your career, your job search, wherever you're at, whether you have your own business or you have, some sort of job already, we're going to look and see what is coming up in career in terms of success and good things you can look forward to. So we've got 4 different groups to choose from, and I want you to choose with your intuition, whichever one you're feeling drawn to. So you might choose number 1, 2, 3, or 4. The timestamps will be in the description box, so you can go up there, pull it down, and you'll find exactly where your pile starts. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here, and I do hope this is helpful. I pray that this finds you happy, healthy, and gives you some perspective about your future. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you chose group number 1 here for your message, this is going to be your reading. So let's find out what success is awaiting for you in your career. So we have the card Happiness, and it's the ladybug and the sweet pea. So obviously, that's pretty good. Ladybugs can be symbols of also good luck and fortune. They're wonderful insects known to keep garden pests like aphids at bay. The sweet pea is a beautiful scented climber. In the Victorian era, sweet peas were given to thank hosts for a lovely time. Combined, the ladybug and sweet pea represent ease and happiness. And of course, with the idea of climbing, the sweet pea being a climber, I do feel like you guys are climbing up. So we have the message in the upright is you are entering a period of happiness, positivity, and good luck. Celebrate your joy by sharing it with others. So this is wonderful because it might feel like things are really looking up in your life. Again, I do feel like that there's a climbing up kind of energy. So for some of you, there could be promotion. And let's see here what else we've got. Ooh, yes. So we actually have the hat here, and the hat actually can totally indicate promotion. In fact, that's actually the first word in the guidebook as to what it could mean, promotion to a different role sometimes, or a change of career. Now that's interesting because sometimes it can talk about wearing a different hat. So there's that saying, I'm wearing a different hat. So there could be a change for some of you. And this might actually be a change that's long-term here because we do have longevity with chrysanthemum. Now, this can talk about moving up in the world, a greater challenge, promotion, or a higher level position is in store for you. Although you're climbing the ladder of success, be sure that you will be able to live up to this new challenge or position before accepting it. This is a sign of someone in management position. So for some of you, that might be it. That's just a little message from the steampunk tea card that this is from. All the cards, by the way, are listed in the description box. You can find them if you're interested. We have here Wishbone, a wish is granted. We also have Scales, keep your life in balance. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. Now the 6 of Pentacles definitely is telling me that you guys are going to be given something. So there's an offer or an opportunity coming for you, whether it's a promotion or a whole new career or job. For those of you that are seeking something, this is a really, really, really good omen, okay? Because this feels like you're being given a position. You're being accepted to something. And for some of you, like I said, this may be a totally different role. For others of you that are currently in a job that you enjoy, this could definitely talk about promotion coming your way. So longevity is with the chrysanthemum, and that message is a phase in which trust, completion, and a sense of belonging and peace have been reached is signified by this appearance of this card. So that's wonderful. Obviously with longevity, it makes me feel like as if you guys are getting something that can last for a very long time as well. So it feels like as if maybe there's something secure. It's like maybe getting a job with benefits, or the type of job where it's like, oh, you could actually build retirement with this, or you could do something with this. But I definitely see you guys doing something a little bit different, whether it's, like I said, your role changes within your current job, like as in a promotion or something, or like I said, for some of you, it might be like completely changing positions, but it's like the type of thing where it's like that job that you get could actually really lead to long-lasting results. We do have keep your life in balance, so I feel like as if there's a balance coming in your life where you feel like things are really evening out and ironing out in your life. And of course, a wish is granted too, so it does feel like there's just something really good coming your way. And it feels like, yeah, like a wish is coming true. Okay, let me see what we got here. We've got Gemini and Sagittarius. That's interesting because these are opposing signs. And of course, you know, by the way, Gemini can talk about communications or anything secretarial, technology, I think as well is kind of included in there. Anything like that, marketing, business, things like that. And then of course with Sagittarius, we have even travel, but this is also, you know, kind of associated with luck and positivity, moving towards, you know, a brighter new direction as well. And yeah, and expanding your knowledge even. So that's another thing, is that you might be able to really prove yourself or expand your knowledge. Because if you think about Gemini, or like the third house as an example, that's like lower knowledge. It's like 2 + 2 = 4. Whereas the ninth house, or, you know, the Sagittarius energy, is going to be more about like beyond, you know what I mean? Like a more philosophical approach, but also again, it's higher learning as well. So I feel like, and for some of you, maybe you'll be going back to school. Maybe for some of you, this is going to be going to get a degree, and this is going to be something that really resonates with you for the long term. That's going to bring you, you know, something very special. And that's funny because as I say that, I'm holding a charm that says always with a heart. So this might be something that really is like a heart-led thing, or something that will really stick with you. For like, you know, look at this. We have this. Maybe for some of you, it's like you've had to shed your skin a few times, or you've been through some things, because look at how the key and the snake were all tangled up. But the snake here, obviously with the idea of, you know, shedding skin as an example, it's like kind of growing out of something and going into something new. And again, that key, and this key to me, one of my subscribers had sent this to me, and she's very sweet. And anyway, but this came to me, and I always took this as like, it was just in like a bag she found at the thrift store, and it was so cool. I appreciate that kind of stuff, guys. But yeah, it was like, it just makes me think of like soul path stuff, like kind of like karmic things that were meant to, but it's also unlocking. So it's almost like you're unlocking something as well. And we also have this leaf, and I always think of it turning over a new leaf. We also have the witch here that is stirring her pot, her cauldron. And for some of you, you might be doing spell work for this. Maybe you guys are trying to like manifest this very hard. It doesn't have to be traditional spell work. It could be like, you know, just manifesting, but it's almost like it's been something you were brewing. You know, you're working on it. And we also have this mermaid here, and she came out looking, you know, ahead. And it feels like in some ways like you're moving ahead. So with that being said, that is mostly your reading. I'm going to take just a few more cards, but I guess this is going to be kind of a short and sweet one, because I feel like the message was so direct, and I love those kind of messages where we're not like floundering around trying to find the message. It's just very straightforward and exactly what I like. Okay, navigate. Beacons of light in the night sky are there to guide you. So navigating. And navigating through life, navigating through changes, unleash, hold nothing back, expand into the universe. And that's another thing, is I feel like somehow you're being unleashed through this. It's like you're really, even think about like the climbing sweet peas. It's like once they start climbing, it's just like, woo, there you go. They're just going to keep going. And I feel like you guys have so much growth ahead of you, and the changes that are about to occur are going to really tap into that long-term growth. Like I said, I think that for some of you, this is just going to be a huge thing in terms of the long term, especially with monetary, you know, benefits and stuff. But anyway, that is what I've got for you guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this. The next reading I'll film is going to be a next long-term partner, so look out for that one. I'm gonna film it this week sometime, and yep, hopefully have it out. But anyways, take care, guys, and have lots of you know, happiness in your day, and I will see you next time. Hello, my beautiful friends. If you chose group number 2 here with this beautiful Trout and Lily card, this is going to be a reading. So the Trout and the Lily of the Valley is your card here, and it's purification. And with this card, obviously, purification is a keyword, so we can start there. It says here, your difficulties are subsiding and happiness will soon be restored. Now is the perfect time for quiet meditation and deep introspection. So that's really interesting in terms of going within, finding maybe some peace within yourself. Maybe for some of you, it's about taking a little bit of a breather. Maybe if you've been feeling very stressed out in your career, this is one of the blessings that's kind of coming your way, or, you know, the successes is going to be that you can take a breather. It almost reminds me of like somebody maybe who's starting a business or something and it's very stressed because maybe it's like, you know, a lot of work initially, but then you kind of get to take a little bit of a break. Now, I know that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I'm just saying, maybe for some of you too, you're going to find a way to be productive in a healthy way, you know what I mean, without overdoing yourself or overworking yourself, because of course we do have the Kent pumpkin as well. We have here the Lovers too, climbing towards success, time to act, and the Candle. Ooh, okay, so interestingly, the Candle, this is funny because a candle actually can talk about, when it comes to career, it can say, look at your career path in a positive light. You will be amazed at the good things that surround you. If you're unhappy in your career path, the candle represents a time of learning and discovery. You may need to go back to study in order to improve your career path. So for some of you, this could be finally acting on it, especially for those of you, by the way, because Lion's here, especially those of you that have thought about it. If you've thought about going back to school, or, you know, kind of maybe it's like going to get some kind of higher education or further education, I really feel like that could really be a good thing for you. It's like something that will really help you, and it could be like quite successful for you or have successful results. Now, with the productivity card, the Kent Pumpkin, it says your hard work, planning, and experience should be paying off now, and there's a reason to keep going with what you're currently working on. Now, that's interesting because I think for some of you, especially that have been working on something, you might find that it takes off, or it does really well, or that something really improves. Additional resources can be safely used, and there is indication of promotion, a windfall, or increase of some sort. There are good energies surrounding health and also fitness levels, although challenges will include failure to keep these at an optimum through neglect. So remembering to stay, like, you know, on top of things, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm more like focusing on that additional resources can be safely used. And that's another thing. I wonder if it's like you're coming across some sort of information. Maybe there's a course or something that's really going to help you, or maybe you're like going to light the way for other people even. Maybe this is about, you know, teaching or showing others as well, guiding others, things like that. But the Lovers here as well shows me as well, if you've been feeling disconnected or you've been feeling like out of alignment, to me this makes me feel like there is alignment. And for some of you, you might have a good choice to make as well. It might be like you're presented with a choice or an option when it comes to your career. But yeah, I can totally see productivity. And those scissors there make me think of like, and with purification and the scissors, I am kind of picking up that for some of you, some of your success might be surrounding the idea that you are pruning certain things from your schedule as an example, or how you go about things as well, to make it kind of a little bit more clear. But I do feel like you're climbing towards success. Like there's something that's, you know, there's some good things that are happening, especially the more productive and active you are towards your career. I feel like those things will really reap rewards for you, okay? And some of you might be working from home. We have Cancer symbolism there, I noticed. Look for partnerships and good opportunities there. Okay, let's see here what we've got in terms of charms. Well, we have the yellow heart. And yellow for me is like definitely something that makes me feel joyful. I feel like it brings up the idea of joy, of peace, and just a good feeling. So I do feel like your heart's going to be feeling pretty good. We also have here the perfume bottle, which makes you think of smelling good, obviously, but it's just something nice. Like, I think it's like there's a good scent in the air, like there's just something very good in the air, is what I would say. And you could also think about perfume as an alluring kind of thing, right? And so you might be quite alluring to others. Interestingly enough, we have Libra here. I noticed it fell out, but I didn't grab it. So Libra, of course, like Lovers, partnerships and connections could be quite like prevalent here. What's interesting is we have 2 crosses. That's very interesting. 2 crosses. So there's almost like religious symbolism here. Or again, if it's like you've been feeling quite burdened, because there, you know, obviously crosses do also carry that kind of symbology as well, burdens and like heaviness, especially like with Lenormand cards. And so if you have been feeling quite burdened, or you know, things have been difficult, or you've been carrying a lot, this could mean that you're feeling a bit lighter, especially with purification. And look at this, we have here, be the light here with this lantern. So that's really interesting, because we have symbolism of light here too. And so I feel like you guys are going to be shown the way on something as well. But also, you may be guiding others, and maybe you're being encouraged by Spirit to be a light to other people, to be a guide in some way, to be helpful to others in some way, to help them, you guide them. We have I will as well. Okay, so I will. So this shows determination on your part as well, and with time to act. Yeah, you will act on something. I feel like here you're going to finally make a choice, or you're going to actually get something done. And we also have here this heart with the key. And of course, I think of it as unlocking the, you know, our heart in some way, or there's heart-centered stuff. I really do feel like you guys are somewhere, you're acting from the heart, or your heart's feeling like aligned with something when it comes to your career. We also have the 4-leaf clover. So this can talk about luck and opportunities as well. So it might be like, if you've been feeling like it's been a streak of bad luck, I feel like you're going to be coming into more luck as well. And like I said, really pay attention to the connections surrounding you, because I think that might be something that's quite prevalent in terms of the future and the good things. You might get opportunities through others, or pairing up with someone, or teaming up with someone, or somehow it's like you find out that a connection is like you made a good connection with somebody and they're, you know, wanting to do something. We have here phases. Shine even when you're not whole. And especially, by the way, it says here, don't hide yourself away. So listen to this. Shine even when you're not whole, and don't hide yourself away. So you guys, I'm going to have to say something to some of you. I feel like for some of you, it might be like, hey, it's time to act on this thing. You can have the success. Just go for it. What you're thinking, like, go for it. Don't hide yourself away. Even if you feel like you're not ready yet, just go for it, because you're going to get there anyway. Think about the ladder. Sometimes it's like imposter syndrome gets us, and sometimes we might feel like we're not ready for something. Well, next week or next month. And I know I've told you guys this before with my channel, but I was like that before I started my channel. I was going to start my channel for like a year and a half or so before I even started it. And I was like, yeah, next week, next month, when I get this, when I get to do that. And it was always like me putting off, but it was fearful. I was just scared. I was shy, you know what I mean? And then I eventually just did it. And then it's like, ba-bam, you know what I mean? And it just kind of progressed, and it's just been like a ladder ever since. And I feel like for you, some of you, you definitely need to hear that message. It's like you have the choice for success, and it feels like there's just something waiting for you. It's just like, I think a lot of you already know what that is, especially for those that are resonating with this. But yes, don't hide yourself away. And even in terms of like the lovers, in terms of partnership or connections, you know, kind of like vital connections or helpful connections, I feel like don't hide yourself from those people. Like, definitely try to connect with other people. Don't hide away, because I think that some success can come through other, you know, connections. So I do hope this is a helpful message. I hope it gave you some insight, and I wish you the very, very best, okay? Take care of yourselves, and lots of love. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you chose group number 3 here with the chipmunk and the laurel, this is your reading. I thought this was hilarious when I was shuffling and this card came out, because I was literally asking like what career success is coming for group number 3, and success came out. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's like so confirming, isn't it? So we have here that chipmunk and the laurel. We have clarity here with the carrot. We have the Knight of Wands. We've got the butterfly. And we've got stork and fan. So this is so interesting, because I feel like for you guys, I see a lot of good energy, positivity, and newness coming your way. There's like a freshness. And, sorry. This card in the upright, the chipmunk and the laurel, it can talk about forging a unique path towards your desires. The road to achieving your goals is hardly ever straight and easy, but the journey is ultimately rewarding. And this is really interesting because the butterfly is here too. And the butterfly can talk about flattery, joy, transformation, rejuvenation, new beginnings, emergence, fun, frolicking, social butterfly, spread your wings to fly. When it comes to career, though, it can talk about holding a temporary position, a position that's a catalyst to move things forward. Find your joy and spread your wings if you wish to fly independently. Now, this is really interesting. So I kind of wonder if some of you might find a temp position in the near future, and that might be your success, but it might be something that actually leads to other things. I think it's always important to realize that everything that we do kind of gives us something. Maybe it's not always a lesson. It could be about connecting us to another person or getting us in the frame of mind. Haven't you ever been in a position where you're like, oh wow, I would have never researched that had I not gone there, or I talked to that person, or I did that thing. I would have never even looked into it and may never have even known about it. And so I always say, like, even every opportunity, even if it's temporary, like, can have a lot of value. You know what I mean? And change and have little ricochet effects later on, you know what I mean, depending. So yeah, like I said, for some of you, this could be about, some of you might be doing social media though, but anyway, or social, like, kind of something, a project or something that's indicative, like maybe showing off or something, or being present for others. But anyway, so yeah, those are the first things I'm getting. And then we have carrot, and it says here, clarity. New ideas, breakthroughs, and increases in finances and resources are all indicated, and you should trust your own judgment. There is a strong chance of triumph over a difficult challenge and the opportunity for sudden growth in what you're currently undertaking. So this is interesting. Be careful of overthinking, self-sabotage, and roadblocks placed by others. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. I feel like that there's definitely something new coming through for a lot of you. We have new business opportunities, possibly. We also have celebrations, parties, romance. So I don't know, maybe there's something going on there. Maybe for some of you, it's like job stuff or career stuff related to like love, or there's something going on in your love life with your career. But anyway, maybe there's someone like flirtatious at work or something, or in your career, there might be something there. But generally, I do feel like there's something you're going to be celebrating. And we have the clarity, like I said. So this could also be clarity of action as well. If you feel like you've just been kind of floundering around and everything's been sort of temporary, it's like maybe you hop from one thing to the next, or And we go through changes like that in life until we find out who we are. And for some of us, we're just meant to wear many different hats. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's like you're kind of coming into something new. And it may not last forever, but it depends. Like I said, I think it depends. If you are thinking about doing something on social media, or something that's kind of like people-based, then of course this could be actually really good for you. And it could have longevity, okay? Don't think so, that it would be like temporary necessarily. But I kind of wonder if some of you are coming into a temporary position or something. And it might be something that's really going to bring you clarity about where you're going. If some of you have recently left a temporary situation or something, maybe something that didn't last as well, this could be like kind of moving on to the next thing. You have new ideas, fresh energy, etc. But yeah, I feel like that there is like a lot of passion here, and again, clarity. It's like your eyes are open to something, you're really seeing something, and I'm liking that energy. Again, news of birth or a new business opportunity. So it feels like, yeah, something new is coming your way. So let's go ahead and take some charms as well. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got here Unstoppable with the star here. This is a star from Mario, and it's like it would give you powers to kind of bust through everything. So it almost feels like you're, maybe for some of you, you're leveling up, or you're getting past something like kind of easy. Like maybe you're kind of pushed through on something. There could even be like superficial things in terms of like, maybe you somehow, okay, by the way, for some of you, this is going to be a message. Some of you might skip past something. Like, okay, for instance, you know somebody and they're going to just get you a job without you even having to do a full interview, as an example. Or you kind of get through the door because of who you know. Or there might be some sort of blessing that comes in that sense. Or it's like you might get somewhere because of the way that you look or something too. That could be with the butterfly. Or because of flattery, or maybe it's like someone likes you. Okay. Anyway, we also have here Taurus. And we've got the crab here, Cancer. So Taurus and Cancer, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, so money, monetary, and of course there could be some financial stuff going on here for you, some financial increases, which we already got with the carrot as well, so I think that kind of confirms it. Money could be, there could be more money around home. For some of you, you might be working from home or getting a job making money from home, because the Cancer obviously rules home, and family and so on and so forth. You might be maybe you'll get a job because of who you know through your family or who your family knows or something like that too. We have here Pride and Prejudice. We also have Alice in Wonderland, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. That's really interesting about Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, because this is all very temporary as well. And so I wonder if it's like, maybe you've had also a strange career journey or something too. It's like things are always going different, and it's like you never know what to expect. And that's also the unexpected too. So it might be like going into something unexpected. You never know, like kind of like what can happen and where it can lead. And sometimes you're feeling, even maybe you're feeling a little bit more risky, more bold to do things. But I feel like there's such a spiritual component here with this angel. We have an angel here, and then we have the moon here with the wings and the crown. And it makes me feel like you guys are very, first of all, emotionally intelligent. You're very intelligent in general. And I think that you guys are moving with spirit kind of in tandem, and it's like you're making decisions that are really intuitively guided as well. And I also get that too with the Cancer and Taurus too. It's like you're making some wise financial decisions, you're making some intuitive decisions as well. And again, Pride and Prejudice is funny because, well, some of you, maybe there are 2 books here, so maybe there's something to do with writing, editing, things of that nature as well. Maybe for some of you it's like starting a new book, or maybe you're making a romance book, or you're writing something like about, maybe you finally publish something, or you finally get something out there. But yeah, also Pride and Prejudice, of course, is, we see a lot about connections and who's who as well. And it kind of makes you wonder, like I said, if it's like maybe you're gonna get through something due to who you know or something. Okay, now I'm gonna get 2 more cards here. Career success. Coming up next. Okay, we've got here the dark. Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to the crickets and breathing in the cool night air. And we've got here new horizons. Old ways won't open new doors. Yes, this is about new things. Like I told you, I do really sense that there's something new coming in general. And yes, it might take a moment, okay? It says here, take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to the crickets and breathing in the cool night air. And so for some of you, this might take some time. For some of you, you're going to have to wait, let's say, I would say like a month and a half to 2 months, perhaps, for something to come up, or for this change to occur, this like thing to come through. Just because I see Taurus and Cancer, and I'm thinking about the proximity from the time that I film this to that time. But of course, this is timeless, so just keep that time frame in mind a little bit. Of course, maybe for some of you, you'll watch it during Taurus or Cancer season, and you might be right in it. But yeah, this does feel like it's like as if there's like a kind of a pause here, and then something opens up. So I just want you guys to know, you might have to wait for this one, but I think it's really coming through. Don't worry. And I think you're going to have a lot to celebrate. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I do wish it was. And I hope that you guys are having a beautiful and blessed day wherever you are. And I'll see you on the next reading. Hello, my friends. So if you chose this final group, number 4, it's the eel and the iris. This is your message. So what success is coming for you in career? So we start off with the eel and the iris, and it says safety. So safety could be a big part of your next success in career. It could be that feeling of safety and security. So for some of you, it might be whatever that means to you, depending on where you're at in this life. Of course, if you're looking for work and you're trying to improve your finances, that could definitely be in relation to maybe finding something or getting something secure happening. But it feels like there's safety here, and it feels like there's stuff that you can trust. And I love the fact that the success card came out for this group. We have reconciliation. We also have the Page of Swords. So I'm actually going to do this. There we go. So the bellows. The bellows are related to, you know, well, this is how you can like kind of breathe life back into a fire. So symbolically, this can talk about igniting or reigniting, rather, passion, or this could be something coming back to life. Something that has died will regenerate. As an example, put new life into an old situation, time to breathe. So here, I feel like it's like there's something with reconciliation, I have to say, for some of you, this could be something from the past coming back, okay? I don't know if this could be somebody that you've worked with before that might have a position for you, or this might be like being able to go back to an old job that you used to do, or for some of you, this could be like, if you've been feeling really apathetic or like uninspired, this could be about really connecting to something that you really like. And maybe for some of you, it's like if you used to be a musician or something like that, it's like going back to music. Or if you used to be a writer, it's like going back to that old project. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel as if there's just a sense of rejuvenation. Now, for some of you, by the way, if you've been feeling stressed or not enjoying your job lately, this could actually show that there's reconciliation in this. That somehow maybe it's like you kind of are coming back to a place maybe where you feel safe, or maybe there's security as well, or safety that's coming. If you've been kind of having trust issues, or you're wondering, am I going to get laid off? Am I going to get this? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? No. I feel like you're safe. You're fine. You know what I'm saying? And that could be part of the blessing, of course. The bellows says here, ignite the little spark that you have and watch it grow. You'll soon feel the warmth and embrace what can happen. And again, Page of Swords also could show investigation into something. Like you might be learning something new or digging into something new. With the eel and the iris, it says here, now is a good time to establish healthy boundaries. If others take offense, do not fret over their reactions. Stand firm in your power like the iris. And that's another thing too, is that for some of you, you might be able to really state or kind of clear some kind of misunderstanding up. And that could be quite a blessing in your life, you know, like a success. It's sort of like, oh, well, I finally actually got what I wanted in a situation. We also have Basil, trust. Basil will indicate energy surrounding trust in the workings of relationships. Consideration and putting more into gaining harmonious ground are required, and although this does include romance, Basil's referencing any relationship or connection. Education and travel are all areas that are shining with positive vibes at the moment. So yeah, we definitely have that going on. But trust, it's like, oh man, I feel like definitely there could be some sort of misunderstanding or some sort of difficulty, especially kind of being, maybe someone proves to be, you know, trustworthy or falls through on something. You know what I mean? If you felt like maybe you weren't paid fairly, or something didn't come through for you, this could actually be like, you know, someone trying to make it right. I know that won't resonate with very many people watching this, but, you know, it definitely could be. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you could be going back to something from the past as well. But I just feel like there's a sense of security and safety. You'll have to comment down below if you're worried about getting fired or laid off, or if they're doing something in your job like that. Because I feel like you'll be safe, or it'll all work out. You know what I mean? Okay, let's just stop here. Oh, interesting. The eye. 2 different times. Okay, we've got Aquarius, we've got Pride and Prejudice, we've got Cancer as well. We've got here the fish. Okay, so fish actually represents abundance, and this can talk about financial benefits coming your way. This also can talk about multiplication and like things kind of multiplying, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's a pretty good omen for success. Money, there could be monetary things coming your way, like a raise or money coming. We also have here this message in a bottle, or a map in a bottle, treasure map. And for some of you, I could totally see you guys understanding what your treasure is, or where your heart lies as well. It does feel as if like there's something opening up here emotionally for you in a positive way. With Cinderella, that's interesting because Cinderella was sort of treated kind of crappy, and of course was able to get out of that situation. For some of you, if you've been you felt like in a Cinderella situation, this could be about, you know, having healthy boundaries. Maybe for some of you, it's like you leave and you find something else, or you know what I mean? Or you, especially for those of you that have felt like similar or identify with Cinderella's feelings, kind of like, oh, you know, but for others of you, the blessing might be, or the success might be that you're able to put up boundaries and get treated better, as an example, and you get more respect, and therefore things start to kind of get better or improve in some way. But generally though, Cinderella can show that there's a rise, right? She comes from, you know, kind of a poor situation. I guess, well, you know, her family's not exactly poor, I guess. They're just greedy. But, you know, anyway, regardless, it's like she's sort of, you know what I mean, not being given a whole lot. And for some of you, this could be about getting a chance, you know, like a lucky break or a lucky chance or something as well. I also see Aquarius, which can talk about community and corporations or bigger kind of entities as well. This can talk about connecting with others though, as well, like kind of like organizations and networking and things. A lot of times if people have the second, like a money house connected to the 11th house, as an example. So like say you had like, let's just as an example, say you have a Libra second house, okay? You're a Virgo rising. You had like, let's say, you know, Venus up in the 11th house. This could actually be really good for like getting money through networking and through connections. Like kind of like you're going to get money through, it's sometimes social media or technology too. For some of you, there's technology possibly involved, Aquarius, but we also have here the crab, Cancer. So Cancer symbolism too. So this is about, you know, home, roots, family, things like that. But comfort, safety, security. And that's interesting because I feel like that there's some sort of sense of safety coming through for you where you are feeling safe. I have to wonder if some of you are putting up a boundary, but you're getting, and you are actually receiving the respect that you need, or whatever, or somehow it's like your wish or desire is respected. But I definitely feel like there's some sort of raising up in power, or it's like, oh God, it's almost like rags to riches, or man, it's something like, I'm kind of getting that vibe a little bit here, like where you can kind of really go far with something. Just because of Pride and Prejudice and some of the dynamics in that novel, as well as Cinderella. Again, it's who you know, and a lot of stuff about who you know and who you meet. So networking could be quite important here or something too. I do feel like your heart's feeling like lighter. And pay attention. I feel like for a lot of you, you have some good intuition. And I think some of your successes are going to come from your own intuitive decisions and ideas. It's almost like you post the right thing, or you do the right thing, or you say the right thing at the right time. Perception, I think, is everything too. It's almost like you're very perceptive and somehow it leads to success or something, or you trust in something, or you just kind of like follow your gut feeling, something like that. But I definitely feel as if things are... There's definitely some success coming our way, for sure, because we have this. And again, reconciliation, like I said, there could be a sense of like things smoothing out, like I said. And reconciliation sort of like stuff. So it's like reconnecting with somebody as well. So it might be somebody from the past or that you've worked with in the past. Or again, maybe it's like at your job, if you've been feeling kind of like hectic or like your connections haven't been going very well, they might be better. We have here expand. Growth is often uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. So interesting about expansion. And then we have reevaluate. In the starlit sky, we still look for the falling stars. So some of you might be really reevaluating things too, and kind of expanding. So I like this because actually for some of you that are going to like kind of return to an old project and maybe the passion's going to kind of perk up, I could really see you guys being successful with it. And for some of you, like I said, it could be editing a novel or something, or doing something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I really do hope this is helpful. I really do. And I pray and, that you have a beautiful day wherever you are. And I will see you all next time.